and welcome back to another exciting episode, hopefully, of Kleiner's Kravenarium. If it's not, then it's all on me. But that's okay, because it's the way things work when you're a GM. I'm Raz, and I'm joined by the entire team, and these are some very talented people, so I want to take a moment just to say hello to them real quick again and remind you who they are. We have Betty playing Yesenia Papa. How are you tonight, Betty?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. And next to her on camera or mic, as you would hear it, is Chris playing Steinar Broom.
Hey,
Steiner's there, yes. And how are you doing tonight, sir? Good?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Been an interesting week. Yeah, a lot of interesting things, but we'll get into that in another time, I guess, off mic. But yeah, thank you for asking. Cyrus Boone, everyone's lovable madman with the whip, played by Joel. How are you tonight, Joel?
I'm good. I'm happy to be in the center square here at the Hollywood Squares.
You're like Paul Lund.
I'm like Paul Lind. Yeah,
Paul Lind. That's right, not Lund. Lind. Who was Lund?
Lind.
Oh, he was Password, right? Lund.
Yeah. He ran Password. Yeah.
You're older than me. You would know that.
I'm not much older. 1 year.
I didn't say much. I said older. Let's just get that clear right now. Okay.
I mean, 37 is 37. It is what it is.
Right. And also we have playing Adelaide is Brenna. How are you tonight?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Yeah, Brenna.
Here.
This is Brenna's dead set on looking at the box where the names are drawn from the ballots. So we're going to get into that in a few minutes. We're excited.
Very suspicious.
Very suspicious. It's all sus. And finally, last but not least, Lauren playing Mercy Clark. How are you tonight, Statsy?
I'm amazing. I'm thrilled. Happy to be here. Hoping I win some money.
Okay.
Is this not a game show?
It could be.
Damn it.
No jokers. No jokers.
For $50, who's not going to get out of this one alive? We'll just play it that way. Yeah.
Who is Mercy Clark?
Right. I was going to say it has to be in the form of a question.
Right. I'm sorry. We're more highbrow. We're not doing just the simple little games. It has to be the ones where you're asking a question, of course. But yes, we are here, and as we are creeping towards the finale, which could happen. Don't go anywhere. It could happen now in this episode or the next one. We're not sure how it's going to play out, but they're very close. Like they are onto this idea. The children have been selected to go out into the raft. The lake is done. We're ready to pretty much kick this thing off. So let's jump right in and find out what the players want to do to set it up and how we're going to react to the situation. Players, I guess, Brenna, it is with Adelaide, this is an important moment, right? She really needs to see the selection box and what it means.
Yes, because I assume while we're still in that scene with the crowd.
Yep, the crowd is there. People are shouting. There's been a little bit of pushing, shoving, a little bit of violence. The one guy, Lorgy, is just, like I said, he's despondent, but he knows that the only way to make this right with his people, because when you live in small communities like this, especially that communities that have the same interests, the same belief systems, you break that trust. That's hard. Like it's either you move or you become this shunned outcast that never gets their name back. So yeah, he's prepared to put his daughter in that rowboat.
Right.
Yeah.
So while Sven is still there before he gets away, Adelaide wants to get to him through the crowd and tell him, please, before we set this off, we need to see the box. The box you pull the names from.
It is at my home. I can fetch it if you wish.
Thank you.
I will go get it.
I'm gonna go with him.
Trust.
Yeah.
Give me a T.
Got me by like 30 seconds.
It was. We're going with him. Yes.
You
He
have
just
no
boogies and
choice.
never returns.
None.
Right. So these armed guards will escort you back to your home in your village. Thug. This is a thug alert. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. So yes, Cyrus and Steinar, not very imposing at all, part the ways of these Feroci people and escort Sven back to his cottage. And sure enough, he does come out a few moments later with the selection box where the names are put in, and then he's able to sort them out. It's old, it's beaten, it's definitely, just looking at it, you can immediately tell it's at least several centuries old. It just looks, they don't even make that kind of look to a box. Like it's just the way it looks. It's weathered. It's old. The varnish is fading in some spots. It's just been around a long time.
Is there, as he brings it back, are there any symbols on it that we can see?
There are several. Nothing that jumps out at you immediately as being like the 3 slashes is on there, like, from the creature or whatever that is. But when you read through the storybooks with the children, they had little markings along the pages. You do see some correlation there between the symbols on the box.
Okay. Adelaide wants to turn to Mercy and ask her, do you see the box?
Sorry.
Do I see the box?
Yes.
Good question.
Yeah. Okay. So am I just seeing what everybody else is seeing, or is there anything
you're
else?
seeing what they see is what you see in your vase and shades, in the colors
Right.
you see. Yeah, you see a box. And the box has you can describe it. It's not just shadowy and blurry. You see the box.
Mm-hmm.
The box definitely has something and some connection.
Yes, my dear, I do believe you were correct in wanting to inspect this further. It's quite old, quite vase touched, quite powerful. Maybe we shouldn't burn it. Maybe we should still. I still say we light something on fire.
Fair enough.
Well, from what I've been told, destroying thing connected to Vaesen has never been a wise choice before.
Well,
Always a first time.
if must, I mean, I feel we've been incredibly gentle with the Vaesen so far. We've given them what we've wanted. We've appeased them. We've done well. Sometimes you have to smite.
Dear child, I know you are prevalent in your love of burning things. However,
What?
I don't think in this situation this would be the appropriate step to take. It might cause severe condemnation.
Perhaps. This is not a godly place. These are not godly people. So it makes sense why they don't see sense. So one day we will burn something. One day, you mark my words, my dear friends.
I'm
One
on
day
your
you will look
side.
at me and
Perhaps one
say-
day we will find a country witch, and I will allow you to burn her.
You can't beat that offer. That's big.
Everybody burns witches, even in modern.
How
days.
delightful that would be.
Sven,
Truly.
Sven
Let's
came
not-
back with us, right?
Yeah.
Sven is not far away.
Sven, do you, when your time is done with the box, do you send it to somewhere else, or do you have a place that you put it until the next time it's needed?
It's needed. It's only needed every 140 years in this town.
But where does it go after you're done with it?
Oh, does it pass on?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It passes on
To
the next town.
Does someone bring it in a cart, or does it magically appear there?
I don't like your tone to the GM. It's rude.
I thought the arm movement and the flow back and
Right.
forth was quite.
Does anybody?
sassy.
I mean,
enjoyed it.
for listeners,
Like-
because we do have a lot more podcasters.
Yeah.
That listen. She did the the Egyptian thing from the Go-Go's. Was that band? No, not the Go-Go's.
That wasn't
The
what I was
Bengals.
doing.
The Bengals.
Bangles.
Yes, she
Bangles,
did.
man.
You went. Does it magically appear somewhere? No, it gets
obtuse.
passed off because he's
being Scandinavian and obtuse.
Do
We
you
need
realize
answers.
that they're about to give up 3 children? His town is it's turned against the system that has been working for hundreds of years, and he's got 2 armed men standing over him. I don't know. Maybe he's being a little bit concerned, or like
Okay.
you said, obtuse. He's nervous. This isn't a good thing that's going on in his mind. He's not happy, but he tells you that it gets passed on. He would send it to the next town when the time is appropriate.
So who chooses what town that it moves on to? What is How does that work? How do they decide that it came here? And how do you decide what town it moves on to? Is there a group of elders that make these decisions for you, or do you decide on your own?
The pattern has never changed.
Oh, the same pattern.
A random pattern.
No, it has never changed. It's from us. And then he gives you the next town in the series, and then he gives you the town after that. He tells you that they go around to 6 different population locations where, and every 20 years, that location is the next one in line. It doesn't jump around. There's a specific pattern.
How are the elders chosen in your villages?
What does this have to do with anything? I don't understand.
It could do with a lot of things. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. You are the man that is making the choices of who lives and dies. Essentially, for these people, you have been given either by these
starts to
people
walk
or
away.
Somebody.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he's not answering any more questions. This is, I mean, you're interrogating someone who you've kind of chipped away at the culture, and he feels horribly responsible, but he's not answering any more questions. He just stands there looking at you.
As he should, but what we need to get to, as he should.
So tempted to just sling a whip around his neck.
Here we go.
Right?
So tempted. But I sense this is the GM saying move on.
No, I'm just saying that there
Maybe
comes
a
a
little.
point where someone looks at you and they just go, "What the hell do you want from me? You've done
Everything."
everything." Thank you, Mercy. That's the God-given Christian answer, is it? Everything.
I want your land.
Your Anglo file is coming out rather strong tonight, Lauren.
What?
Yes, there you go.
One. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
One final question for him, and
Yep.
really, this is, I think, we haven't really established this. So, the names that go in are selected by who?
Okay, so every man who is of the age to be chosen, an adult, which is 17, up to the end, gets their names put on a marker. All go in, and then in front of the entire community, the names are drawn. They're drawn in order, 1 to 9, and the problem is he chose 1 to 9, and he skipped number 1 and went to 2 because he felt terrible that the little girl was missing, and she didn't have a chance that the father would have gone to his death not knowing if his child was
he feels responsible because he skipped 1 and went to 2.
Correct, which set the pattern. Now the bone thricker was starving. It took the thing,
Sure.
but as it finished and all the craziness happened, bone thricker mystically, whatever you want to say, did not get what it was supposed to get. It got something, but not what it was supposed to get. It was supposed to get Lorgy. It did not. And then it walked away and it's angry and it's brewing. They think it's getting more malevolent.
I have a question for the GM really quick.
Sure.
Because I don't recall, so I apologize.
That's okay.
Did the child go missing before we arrived or after?
I think if I remember correctly in the series, the way we pulled this off, you came into town and the next morning, so there was already a thing you can only stay for 2 days. The Hankta is coming.
Right.
And the next morning, that little girl went missing, and everybody was like,
Yes.
"Well, did the circus take her?
Yeah,
What
I
happened?"
think so. I was just trying to determine whether possibly if she went missing first, that he would say like, if he had chosen 1, we would not have arrived. We would be part of all the things that went awry, essentially.
No. I don't think he thinks that at all. I think what he thinks is you're just, you're interlopers who came here for whatever reason, and it's all falling apart. And he's convinced that it's going to go terrible. Like you can see in his face, this is an old man who lives by the legends, who lives to a certain custom and a specific style of worship in their own weird, whatever way you want to do.
Sure.
He thinks that this is dooming these islands for a long time to come. He doesn't believe it's going to work. But the wool's been put over his eyes about the little girl. If he had just been a hard ass and put Lorgy out there first of all, in his mind, none of this would be an issue.
But he's no different than the man on the other island in that he wholeheartedly believes. Right. It's not a scam. He wholeheartedly believes.
No. He believes.
Which I say that because we would be able to sort of read that after torturing him with all the questions that we have. You know what I mean? At some point, somebody's going to be like, yeah, they're going to be like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Who takes it? So
I was getting to the point of the questioning from the last couple of sessions with poor Sven where I'm about to start singing Biko. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm really good. Like I hear Peter Gabriel in the background. Just,
He will be given visitors. Nobody is pushing him to the limits.
right, there you go. So yes, but if there's any other questions you have, we can do them, in this manner or just for time issues. But Sven is a believer. Most of the town are believers.
Right.
What's
Right.
broken their belief is this little girl situation that's been brought to light, and now they think something like they're and did they break their belief? It actually may have ramped it up because they're like, see all the shit that's happened because of this. You changed everything, and that's making
Right.
them angry.
Sure.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Can we put Lorgie in the boat too?
Sure.
Like, is that it's
You can
more...
do whatever you want at this point.
Well, yeah, so before Sven gets away, Adelaide wants to stop him again and be like, Sven, wait, please. Please don't leave.
With you, he's a little more patient because you've been quiet most of the day, like, been nice.
Yeah.
He just looks at you like, yes, I'm old. Please.
I wanted to ask, what do you know about this ritual with the lake?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I don't come from that town that tried this. We have always been told never to do this.
Oh.
So my concern is that whatever this box has to do with the bone drinker, should we put in the names of the children? Would that draw the bone drinker to them? Because I'm not sure how sure otherwise it knows where to go.
You are a wise young woman. It is if we were to do this by that theory, yes, you should put their names in. There are other children, but I would be terrified to choose someone that two have to be chosen. Only Lorgie's daughter is going to be put in because the father has. None of these other parents are going to want to do this.
So then we only put in those two names.
Which two names?
The two children that we're going to put in the boat.
No, we
Well,
only have
you
one.
Right. We find a second.
Right. That's what we're trying to figure out. Is
Couldn't we just
There's
put
three
just,
children.
You
just
need
the
three.
man that skipped out, not unwittingly skipped out, and his daughter? Couldn't we just put them in? That would make it right theoretically.
You're
So
changing
that's two.
the ritual that was instructed.
Oh, that's right. Never
to
mind.
you.
I'm sorry. I
Just
apologize.
saying you
Okay.
can do whatever you want. But
Right, that's
remember,
right. I forgot
if
there was
you
a
change
parameter
a
to it.
ritual,
Three
Yeah.
children,
they don't always tend to go well.
3 tasty
Yeah.
morsels. Right.
Yeah. 3 children.
Um,
Now, how you want to play that or choose them is going to probably have to be the same lottery method that these people have been using for hundreds of years. Put a name in the box, and you're going to have to hold the parents back and make, and it's for the good of the village. But now you're not losing men, you're losing children.
Well, they can make more. So, yeah.
Excellent thought. Moving on.
Right, wonderful.
Can always tell the mothers in the group.
That took it to a dark place. I grant you that.
I know it was like jokingly thrown around at the end of last episode
Mhm.
that I go in the boat.
Let's leave that as a joke. Let's just leave that right there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Are we sure?
We'll move on from that. I know exactly where that was going now.
Okay. Because it's
For anyone who has someone who is not sighted or has a blindness as a challenge in their lives, I'm sorry for this next joke. You may want to mute it just for about 10 seconds. Count to 10 for yourself. You're putting a
Did you
blind
find
girl
the
in a rowboat in the middle of a lake. I'm good, but don't ask the 6-year-old to go in and get you.
It's-
Like,
no.
like, if you go over, you're going over.
Listen,
What's that noise?
Listen,
Is that water?
um,
Is that water?
it's written. I'm torn because she's terrified of water.
Yeah.
Absolutely, like piss herself terrified. But it's written on her character sheet that it's like God will not allow me to come to harm. Fuck these Vaesen. Like she's. Like she wanted to drink the tea. She's like, let me walk into the
Yeah, but
woods
I
and like
don't-
get drooled on by
Okay.
Black Chuck. Like,
But like you just
I'm
mentioned
torn.
before, you're not one of them.
yeah.
So if you're not one of them and you're not part of this and you don't believe in this, then I would think that it would ultimately detract from it.
It's one less kid to be name drawn. I'm torn, but I
Well,
hear you.
No, I think we should draw lots. I do believe that is the right course.
All right.
Follow the same. I mean, I do not know if you agree.
I think we should draw lots. We should follow the code of the village.
Yeah.
What we need to inform the village of all the parents is that the purpose of this ritual, the end of it, will be everyone is safe. We are not sacrificing anyone.
But
as
they
long
have,
as
yeah.
as long as they stand fast, as long as they know what this is supposed to be, this is a way to get rid of the bone drinker.
Mhm.
There's no reason to be afraid.
Nailed it.
Excellently said.
And who is pitching that to the crowd?
Not me.
Well, I mean, I'm naturally a barker. I guess I will do it if you want.
Yeah, I'm in love with that thought. Okay.
Perhaps, not to pull the gender card, perhaps a woman? Maybe?
They might,
Yeah,
the
not-
mothers, I think, might listen better to a woman. But I do want Sven there. Even if they've lost trust in him, I think we do need his vote of confidence.
Oh, but see, Sven isn't confident. Just being honest with you, he doesn't want you to do this.
Yeah, he doesn't think it's going to work. He doesn't know it.
If
It's
you
completely-
say Sven want to say something for us, run, take your kids, go. You know, like Sven's going to be like, get the hell out of here. This is
The
going to
village is lost.
not the
and
village,
then
the
we can
islands.
move in.
He's afraid the islands are lost. He's going to be like, just go, run. Yeah, it's
What
going to be
was
like Dave
the-
Chappelle.
What was the guy that went with us over to the other island?
Ferric?
Not Ferret.
Ferric.
Ferric.
Ferric. Yes. Not Ferret.
Um,
That's awesome.
so
I
Ferric
didn't say
was
ferret.
Oh, I thought you said ferret.
Ferric.
Weasel?
No.
Hamster? Ferret?
Weasel.
Ferric,
The marmot. He went.
Ferric went.
Yes.
So maybe Ferric could go with us because he heard from the other village what had happened as well. He was with us
Mm-hmm. With his son.
with his son.
Mm-hmm.
Which means his son would have to go into the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
But it is for the greater good.
Right. and
Tell that to any mother or father who has a child.
I know.
It's really for the greater good. We're just going to
Really?
sacrifice your kid.
no harm is going to come to these children. They have to
I
believe that.
I vote Adelaide. Adelaide makes a convincing tale. Adelaide is the speaker of the party.
On you. Let's do this.
Okay.
All right.
Step up. This is your Oscar moment.
I'm tempted to give her my top hat.
Oh,
Make
why
her
not the
look
whip?
Yeah.
I don't think that's funny. I don't find this to be the right occasion for a whip.
Oh, it may be the exact one you need to get them in the boat.
is there-
Manipulation.
Is there any way we can give her assistance in any
Back
way?
up.
Depending
Back
on who gives it will depend on
I-
how many successes you need.
I
Because if
will-
certain people get involved, it's going to look.
I
Back it
will.
off.
Steiner backs off. Good call.
Back.
Yeah,
Back
you
it
know, the only thing I've got is intimidation. It's all physical.
I will.
Okay. So yes. So add a die for Yesenia and
Okay.
Mercy. You can add a die as well. So that gives you 2 extra dice to your manipulation and empathy.
Ooh.
Yes.
And let's see what you get.
Come on, Adelaide.
Okay. That's 8 dice, so. Okay, I got 2 successes. Nope, yes, 2 successes.
You needed 2 to get the other 2 kids in the boat. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yay!
Good job. All right. So the names go in and they're drawn. It's a 3-year-old little girl, a 6-year-old girl that was Lorgie's daughter,
Mm.
and another 7-year-old little girl.
Ooh, no boys.
All females were chosen.
All females.
The town is spasmodic. They are like, this can't happen. They are. I want to give you just 20 seconds. You need to understand the absolute panic that what was once calm, a ritual that has been done many times, countlessly. These 9 deaths ensure 20 years of safety in their minds. You are now off asking the children had to be used for a malevolent spirit. They are begging you, please don't go through with this. Mothers are screaming. They're not letting their children go. Fathers are begging. Everyone's trying to. People are like, you can't take my kids. They're fighting and pushing back. The pandemonium and the fear factor has been ramped up so high because you are trying to do something they've always been told their entire lives failed. So just understand, this is a scary, scary moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna allow like a full minute of the panic, and then I'm gonna look to Adelaide and Cyrus, and I'm gonna point my gun up, like, let's get their attention.
Okay.
Wait.
Just to kind of
No.
stop and break it up.
Yep.
No.
We can go to initiatives. Okay.
No.
Well, why don't we
This
let
is
Betty's desperately trying to very casually enter into the fray here.
Not send firearms into the situation. Everybody calm.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna do the thing that I know that Steinar always makes him freeze up. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna lay my hands on him.
Nice.
Because he doesn't like to be touched by me.
Filthy puppeteer.
I've got this. Let me try. Just let me try.
okay.
She's
All
going to
right.
do a puppet show to convince the parents.
I am.
Are you serious?
No,
Entire town.
More
Woo!
kids.
no, I'm not.
As the
Okay.
puppets walk away from her.
All
They're
right.
just crying for the children as well.
I'm gonna
So
try
bothered
to.
right now.
I'm gonna try to give a really loud whistle
Got it.
and to see if I can get their attention, and then climb up on to something that makes me taller. Whether
Cyrus.
it's Cyrus is fine.
Stand.
All right, everybody, silence. I need you to listen. We are not sacrificing your children. All right, the whole point, the only way this will work, that we will keep these children and everyone in this village safe, is if we all stand together as one and do not break the circle. If even one of us shows a moment of weakness, we endanger the lives of these children. It is up to you. Your village has broke the tradition. We are here to help fix it. It is beyond repair at this point, and this is our last remaining hope. We could get on our boat and leave and let you deal with this and lose horribly to a creature who has been beyond your power. But we want to keep you all safe.
Give me an observation empathy roll, please.
Okay. I do good at this. That's one success, but then I have another die I have to roll. That is one success.
All right. That's fine. One success is all you needed to see it. When you say you broke the tradition, and now, right, your speech was going on and you were like, you broke the tradition and now you're in danger, but we're here to help you. You go through that piece. When you hit them with that one, several of the men and one or two women specifically look at Sven and then look back at you, and they're listening, but their faces have they've changed. They're not, there's a human moment when a mind gets made up to do something and it's been done. They are convinced that you can just see it. They're like, you can just see they're panicking. They're kind of a labored breathing. And then you make that comment and they look over and they become resolute and they become stoic.
They're going to kill him when we leave.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fine. We'll be gone.
Not terribly comfortable with that, but okay.
If we hang out, we'll find out how they choose their elders.
Dad hates it when we are brutal to his NPCs.
I wrote a whole thing called Guano. It was this, Guano. It was this. I made a small video for it. It was a joke, but nobody. It was the something unfair treatment of NPCs. I was like, and it came out to be spelled NPC was an N and Guano, and it was just hysterical. It was like, people stop being mean to the NPCs. Like some of them are really good people, but no, they don't. Yeah. All right. The conversation. They're fine. The parents of the children, the other villagers, are trying to take them now. They want to sequester them and not let the parents have them.
Okay.
The 3-year-old is screaming. The set, yeah, the 6-year-old kind of is like, what's going on? I don't understand what's going on. Like the 6 and 7-year-old are being, proffered away or taken away from their parents by the use of sweets. Let's get some tea cakes. Let's do this. They're walked towards a house. The 3-year-old is shrieking.
I want to walk up.
Yep.
I want to walk up to the 3-year-old,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to pull out the girl.
Okay.
And I'm going to hand her to the little girl, and I'm going to say, "This is my very special friend, and she will keep you safe. She has kept me safe my whole life. You need to hold on to her tightly. And when all this is over, you can give her back to me."
Okay. She takes it. She does seem to calm down a little bit. She just looks at her mother. The part of the child's fear is this mother specifically is not jiving to this.
Mhm.
And she is like, she's clutching this girl so hard that the girl's scared. Like the baby gets, a baby can sense when a mother's in panic.
Mhm.
And 2 men come over and pull her out of the mother's hands and then restrain her. And the baby sees this and she's just like, so the doll is helping. She's not like pure screaming, but there's tears. It's panic. And it's understandable, right? I mean, panic.
Mm-hmm.
They take her away. And they bring her to a house, not Sven's house. They bring her to the old woman who runs the little shop, and they lock the door and men stand outside, and the parents are just absolutely beside themselves. You have time now to make your way back to the circus and get your people organized, whatever you want to do, get yourself ready. You have about 7 hours before the ritual kicks off.
I want to go up to Ferric.
Okay.
He's a fisherman, right?
Yep.
How much, excuse me, sir, how much rope could we possibly acquire in the next several hours?
Rope, whatever
yes.
we have. Rope is used for many things here of necessity. What do you need?
Excellent. I have a vision that in order to, maybe this will also help some of the more afeared villagers. If we all tie ourselves to the person next to us, the circle cannot be... No? Oh.
There's a couple hundred people in the village, plus you're 50. You're talking about, I mean, the lake's big. You'll be able to surround it, but I mean, you're trying to do the outside. Was that circumference of a lake in rope? Yeah. I mean, it's a lot.
Okay. I just envisioned, like, if we had that much rope, it would literally prevent someone from breaking the circle.
That's not a terrible idea, however. We do have the parents of these children that are going to be the most likely to freak out over this. So
you're going to tie the parents up.
Well,
no, to the person
together,
next
like
to
on
them.
Their waist. Yeah, like on their waist.
So if something happens in the boat and you're not going to let them be able to go out and get their kids, you guys are really not thinking. This doesn't feel like parenting 101.
Would be helpful.
Helpful if it wasn't their babies in the boat. But I don't see if you told me if they sent you or your sister into a rowboat at 3 or 6 or 7 and told me I have to be tied off to someone else so I don't break the circle in case the demon comes to eat you, that's a problem for me.
But we're stopping the demon.
Maybe they don't believe you.
We're just using their children as bait. That's all.
This is the darkest thing, and all of you are just like,
no, not all of you.
Oh, shut your mouth. You were the one who gave the kid up. You gave the kid up. What about that girl in that building over there? She's been hiding.
I had no choice. I was forced down that dark road.
Okay.
My hand was pulled. They took my people. All bets are off at that point.
They grabbed Derek. Sweet, innocent Derek.
Bitch. So
they took Derek.
So let me just put this out there.
Yeah.
I am willing to put all 4 of the puppets in the boat.
Unbelievable.
And
even Billy?
I will stay, even Billy, and I will stay in the locked cabin.
The locked cabin? Okay. Down in the village or up at the circus?
in the village.
Those kids those goats come alive. Those kids
No, right?
This will help them. The children are out in the lake screaming bloody murder because there's a goat talking to them.
Just stay calm.
Yeah. Everyone keep your seats.
Arms and legs inside
I
the
am not
boat.
the devil.
I think it's very noble, Betty.
It's a bit insane, so it's noble insanity.
All right.
I
so
mean,
you're,
they
you're
keep
gonna,
me
you're gonna
safe.
yeah, they're going to deposit you're depositing the.
Preface
For-
it with the kids, though. Preface it with the kids. Say these are magical puppets, right?
They are
let's-
magical
let-
puppets.
Right.
I
Buy
will
them
talk
into
to
it.
the children.
Okay, good.
Oh, you
Buy
can
them into it.
Yeah, you could say that if they sense danger, they will come alive to protect you.
Right, exactly.
No,
No.
no.
I was
Yes.
thinking the same thing. If you see the puppet move, baby, it's time to swim. You swim to your
Could you
mother
imagine
who's
a
tied
kid
off to that big man.
holding one of them out by hand out of the goes, make it go away.
Right.
Here's what I am telling the children.
Awesome.
Tell him.
So once the puppets are far enough away from the adults, then they will talk to you. They can move, but they don't like to do it when adults are around because adults don't understand.
That's a
Adults
good idea.
don't understand, but they will keep you safe and they will calm you and they will tell you stories and they will tell you when it's all over.
Okay. I like it. They buy it. That's good. The one looks and says, will my mama be tied off to the man with the forked beard? No.
No.
Will he be holding my mama by the neck? No, it's good. Mama's free. Mama's on the other side of the lake. Okay.
I do not appreciate being made the bad man here because I have a fucking beard.
Okay.
Can you please say that like once per
Staggering height and
chapter?
a whip.
Please.
I don't know. You are the most terrifying example of humanity.
Oh, I know.
I want that
The peeling
quote to
skin,
come out.
the white makeup.
Mm-mm.
I want that quote once per chapter.
What?
I will not be made out to be a bad man because I have a forked beard.
All right. So yes,
Not for you to judge a man with a forked beard.
It's not. It's not my role to do that. Was anybody else have anything they want to do again before the sun starts to go down and everyone has to gather around the lake?
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Get everybody.
I am so out of my element right now.
Yeah, this is
Take a
the
good
thing.
shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
know?
They got some liquor.
Oh,
Spend
sure.
it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pray and splash holy
Sure.
water on my friends.
Wonderful.
Okay. Without warning, you get spritzed.
Is it raining?
Weather came on quickly here on the Faroe Islands. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you give everybody a quick shot of blessing, which isn't a bad idea, especially if you're dealing with something this kind of unknown, creepy thing. All right. Torches are given to every third or fourth person, just so that and you're going to space out. I'm going to say by the time you encircle it. So this I need to know: the distance between people will be greatly increased or decreased depending on if you're using the circus. So were you planning on having your performers in part of the ritual as well, keeping everybody around the lake, or are you just using the locals? 50 extra people changes the distance a bit.
I think we should use everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try to convince them if we have to that,
Okay.
Basically participation by everybody may be the difference between us getting rid of this and saving their children
Is the
It
circus
or the children dying.
is the circus familiar with the fact that we hunt monsters?
The circus is familiar that Kleiner's has always been involved in some strange stuff. Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want them to be surprised that like a huge ghoul demon thing shows up and they're like, "Oh, I don't get paid enough for this."
Remember, not everybody can see it.
Okay,
same
you're
way
right.
You do, right? If
Okay.
they see the fog roll in, you guys can see it because your face isn't touched. They're
Okay.
not gonna. Yeah, to them,
Right.
it may not even be. It may be a shadow. It may be something. Just slinking across the ground real quick.
To play devil's advocate, that is 50 more variables and 50 more chances for somebody to break and run. Just
Yeah.
putting that out there.
You might have to convince them, Cyrus, that they're going to get a big raise for this.
Ooh.
Child, I would just mention to you that there is nowhere this raise is coming from. We have not made a dime on these barren rocks that this horse has dragged us to.
Oh, the horse. We should talk to the horse.
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
talk to the horse. Don't you worry about it. I will have a conversation with that horse.
I meant like before. Like, is
Dinah,
this?
would you please accompany me to Max with bring your shotgun? I think we have.
Bring the
No,
cattle
I'm just
prod.
imagining like taking his little snout
Muzzle.
between your hands, looking at him and going, "Is this what you want?" like, like is this
Okay,
it?
you want to talk to Max? You can talk to Max. That's part of the evening preparation. Sure.
Okay.
What do you want to say to Max? Is this what you want? Is that really your? Is that was your question? Just like that?
Okay, maybe more eloquently, but like
Max, is this what you want? Okay.
Stump twice for yes.
like,
Stump
well,
twice
it's
for
just
no.
some reassurance because he's very quick to be like, "Nah, bitch." Like,
Wow.
like
Max can be
I'm-
judgy.
I'm
The-
looking for just a bit of, is this the right plan? Did we get it now?
Max cannot. Okay, Max knows when there's a vasin. He's vasin sensitive, like you, but from a much greater distance. Max has some intuition on where things are going to go bad. As a matter of fact, as you go looking for Max, he's not in his field.
He's like,
He's walking
Shit.
towards the lake. So he's
Oh,
well, that's right. I mean, he's walking like this, and you run and you get him, and you're like, Max, is this what you want? He's looking looks at the lake like, I mean, that's where I'm going because that's where I sense something's going to happen. So that's about all you get. But he does. So you do get the feeling that the lake, he's sensing that this is important to be there.
okay. That's that. Hopefully that gives us
That's
some
pretty good.
reassurance. Yeah.
Does it give you a reassurance?
Yes.
Oh, good. Then it worked.
I'm
All right.
I'm fine. I hope everybody
Last-
else is fine.
So 50 variables out or 50 variables in? I didn't know.
I think in.
Cyrus is in. Okay.
I think in.
Everybody else is in.
And
I'm in.
I basically just tell him,
In, but it should be voluntary.
I would like you to help us with this, and I do believe that this will help us get off of this barren rock once and for all. So if for only that reason to move on to where we can have an audience and bring in some revenue and pay you fine people, I beg that you indulge us and help us in this endeavor.
All right. They listen, you are their boss, you are their leader. The circus came here with the understanding that, again, every time you go to a place and they do a show and they get paid, you also go to the cabinet and put something small in there, right? Like you keep adding to this collection, which adds to the notoriety of Kleiners in some ways. So they understand that there's more to the circus than just acrobats and terrible clowns that you had to fire. So there's not a problem with that part. They got like they're willing to help. And if anything, they've lived a much tougher existence. The chances of them breaking and it's not even their faith that they're going to be as stoic as any human being would be in that situation, or as convinced or committed. The locals are where you may have a little bit more of an issue because, again, they know certain signs, they know certain things that are going to happen, and they're going to be a little more scared. It's their kids, their loved ones. Yeah. So it's a real balancing act. But if you've decided that you want to take them, they're going to be there. So the difference now around the circumference of the lake is going to be every almost 6 feet, there will be a person left and right of you, as opposed to every 8 to 10 feet, a person. Like that extra 50 people got the circle tighter around the lake. All right. The sun goes down. Torches are brought for every third or fourth person. They're not perfectly symmetrical. Some people have an extra one here and there, but you get the idea. They're lit around the edge of the lake. The lake from end to end is, I'm going to say it's maybe 150 yards across by about 300, 400 yards long. So it's decent size. It's not massive, but it's decent. And you have all these people gathered around it.
Strategically, I'd like to put myself as close to, I'm sure it's not a perfect circle or
it's not
oblong. No. So I'd like to be at a point that puts me as close to the center as I could feasibly be.
Yeah. So you're on one of the shores directly from the central point of the lake.
All right.
One of the, not at the edges, because it's almost liver shaped.
Yeah.
Like longer and thin, right? The way it's just, So you're sitting there. I figured you'd want to be somewhere in that vicinity. Yeah. Yesenia, you are staying in the village, you said, yes?
Yeah, I'm staying in isn't that where they're keeping the mother?
Yeah, you're gonna, but you can't be in the room with her, right? Because you're gonna go out.
I'm going to go out. Yeah, I've got to be somewhere secure.
Right.
So, so I need to be somewhere around other people.
Okay. So you think being with her is the best bet?
Well, I mean, she'll probably just kill me.
Well, if it goes wrong,
Yeah.
No, just take my tent. Take your tent. Don't.
Well, then that leaves me alone. Completely
leave it?
alone.
Can we leave a few of the circus people with you?
Yeah. Just not Derek.
I was going to say, you want Derek?
Not Derek.
All right.
Derek
so
has been in the hat, so anybody but Derek.
So the cook stays behind. She's going to keep coffee running in case, when it's all over in the morning, and have breakfast ready. She believes it's just going to, again, the circus, the word of mouth begins to go around that they're floating kids out into a lake. What? No, they're not floating kids out of a lake. It's a boat. There's kids in a boat. So you're starting to get the rumor mill going, but you have 2 or 3 people that stay up by the encampment. That's fine. All right. The torches are lit. The boat is being carried up. It's the children are carried by some of the villagers. They're going to take their place once they get the kids into the boat. The 3-year-old's mother is screaming, "You got to let me take care. You got to let me help her. Got to let me help her." She cannot swim, so they're going to swaddle her very tightly and tuck all the blankets in. And they tell the 7-year-old she can't be let out. You got to all night, no matter how much she screams, you leave her swaddled in the bottom of the boat. Don't touch her. Yesenia, who did you entrust your dolls to put them into the boat? Because you're back at camp, right?
Yes. So I would actually entrust. Honestly, any of them.
Okay.
But I would probably entrust Cyrus or Adelaide. Probably Adelaide because she wouldn't scare the children.
Yeah. As much as you probably wouldn't try to, but I think probably Adelaide is diminutive. She is non-threatening just by her own description of herself. She's very non-threatening and receding.
Yeah.
Yes, I can do this for you.
Yes, this is my task. I shall do it.
I shall do this.
Okay.
I had something and then it died. If it comes back to me, I will shout it out. But it feels important and I'm forgetting it and it's freaking me out.
I think this is a perfect time to end it then.
Wait, no, let's drug the kids.
What?
Drug the kids?
Just knock them out. Little Mickey.
No.
I'm not hitting them. I'm not. I swear.
No. I'm saying like a really strong lavender chamomile tea with
maybe they need to be
brandy
conscious when they get eaten.
They're not going to get eaten.
No.
They're not going to get eaten. I'm saying, it's going to freak the villagers out. Do we want a 3-year-old?
I think drugging the kids will freak the villagers out. If we're saying they're going to be safe and then we drug the kids, what is that going to say? And how does that affect putting the puppets are going to be like, wake up, little one.
I know.
Why are you sleeping?
I'm trying to make this less horrible.
I don't know how you can make this less horrible right now.
I think she just found a way, actually.
Okay.
This whole drugging the kids. So
all right. So the baby, that probably makes the most sense. Is to give her a little bit of a hot toddy, a little totty or something, just to make her go sleepy.
Yeah. Whiskey on the gums or something, sure.
A little more than that for 3-year-old. It's going to have to be like a fifth, but whatever.
Yeah,
it's a hard land.
2
These
fingers.
are hard people.
It's fine.
Right. But yes, so you give the baby the baby gets a shot. She's swaddled. She's okay. They put her down. The others, they drink some mead. You try to relax them a little bit. You get that already. Yes. So Sven comes up. The box is brought, and he walks over to Adelaide, and inside are only 3 names. 3 chits on wood. He carved them the way he normally does.
Sure.
And he looks and he pushes the box to you and he goes, "It's your plan. You pick them."
Well, Adelaide takes the box and she just nods silently and she'll do it. She'll just reach in and pull out the names.
And then you call them out one at a time.
Yes, I announce the names.
You've just condemned these kids into that boat.
Yes. because I am confident that I'm confident.
Such a cruel and
He's dancing.
nasty
Listeners, he's
storyteller.
dancing.
Yeah, he's the one making fun of us for being so evil. He's the one dancing.
No.
But no, this is going to work.
I assure you it's going to work.
I love her optimism. This is going to work.
Yes.
I love it. It's important.
I have to have the faith. If anyone else is going to have the faith, I have to start because it was my idea. So,
Mark? Okay. All right. So the torches get lit. And sure enough, as everyone's taking their positions, the boat is lowered to the water. You hear the sounds, the wind. Right? It's just all starting. And they start to slowly push the boat out. And the kids are in there, and the one's the baby's, you can't hear the baby, she's in the bottom. The puppets have been dropped in. The torches are spitting. It's a little bit of rainfall is now starting. It's just starting to drizzle the littlest bit. Everyone's looking left and right. Now, you have a decision to quickly make before this goes any further. Is everybody facing into the river, into the lake, or looking out away from the lake? How do you want people set up?
Everybody alternate.
No, but remember, they sing the song, they put the person, they hang the person, and then they walk away. They don't witness.
They did. So everybody looks away.
Oh, crap. The problem is if we look away, we can't stop it either. But, yeah, I think we should look away.
We got the puppets.
Yeah, the puppets are safe.
are we not looking away from the children or looking away from the monster?
Looking away from the children.
Okay.
Do not fear, my little one.
Yeah, we have to look away.
Okay.
All right. Odin. Sven starts speaking. In a time of peace, we make this offering. In a time of abundance, we make this offering. In a time of health and growth and prosperity, we make this offering. It is not a sacrifice we make lightly. It is an offering we give without tears. Wailing is going on. The mothers are crying. People next to them are crying. They're getting emotional. But all the same, we honor the ancient pact you made for us. Just like when you gave an eye from your head and the soul from your body, we give these children to the hungering darkness. Please allow them to enter Valhalla and feast with the fallen and their grandparents and elders. They come willingly. These are our children, our kin. And that's where we'll stop it for tonight. Okay, we will catch up with the actual ritual when we get back next time. One more week and this will end. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff because it's fun. And we want to thank you for listening and watching. And I want to thank all my players as always. They do an amazing job. Gang, good job tonight. We will see you next week and we will wrap chapter 3 up. Bindricker. Take care, everybody. Good night.
All right. See ya.
Night.
See you later.